how to implement dynamic pricing. If you have a dynamic pricing model, it often starts with a kind of an idea. And this idea could be that you want to apply pricing model based upon the supply and demand and to other factors. So first you work out the idea, and with this idea we can start with a proof of concept. This proof of concept is done on a very low scale. So you try to make the technology feasible and the business case feasible, and then you can start in the next phase to really pilot this. So in terms of implementation, we often first start with a pilot scope. This can be a country, this can be a small group of products, where you pilot with the dynamic pricing model and critically evaluate the success of dynamic pricing, and also evaluate if you miss some factors and if all the expectations were met. If this first pilot case for a specific group of products or a specific country or field channel was successful, then we can scale it up in such a way that also adjustments per dimension, per sales channel, per country can be made. The point I want to make here is that if you want to apply dynamic pricing, you need to do it in the right steps so that you can learning by doing, and actually start with a big idea, but start small and then scale up when successfully. If you go to the next slide, you see that, the lesson learned of our dynamic pricing implementation is that it's like the innovation space. It's a well-known concept in innovation that 75% of the success comes from the organization, the soft side of the innovation, and the other 25% comes more from the technology. And the same can be applied actually in dynamic pricing, because this 75% of the soft side really depends on how have you organized the processes. Is there a clear process of how the dynamic pricing model should behave? What steps should be taken? Are the product groups good defined? Are they segmented in the right groups? Are the right capabilities in place? Are there good evaluation metrics? So these are all concepts that need to be arranged by the organization. And of course, if we have the right processes, the right data will flow in. And this input is really important for having the right output with the algorithm. So these three components really define the success of a successful dynamic pricing. And it's not solely the data, it's not solely the algorithm, it's always working the organization, the technology and the data, they're working hand in hand. The weakest link defines actually the success. So if that's the data, then we also don't see a success in the dynamic pricing model as an output. But also from the organization, you need to have this as a focus in your pricing strategy and into your organization, to spend time in evaluating and also in adapting the pricing model when needed.